I was looking at this antenna tuner the other day, and I said, yeah, I've got an antenna, a coil, a ground, and then stuff in between. And then I looked at my crystal radio, and I said, I got an antenna and coil and ground and stuff in between. And I wonder if I could merge these things together and come up with something that, you know, would be an integrated antenna tuner, crystal radio, something. And the nice thing about crystal radios is that they're, assuming your antenna and ground aren't touching any electric lines or whatever, it's very safe. You know, you can move wires around, you can touch stuff. You can just give it a try. You can just experiment. And so what I did is I looked at that, and then I said, well, you know, maybe if I take this antenna, hook it to this, do this here, that just might work. And let's take a closer look at this. So what we have here is we have this is our dual gang 360 microfarad, picofarad capacitor rather. And we have, this is the front set of plates here, second set of plates. So front gang, back gang, and then this is the common. So let's start here. Our common is here, that's number 3. Number 2 is the back gang of the capacitor, and it goes out to the antenna. And then number 1, it goes and it attaches over here to the far side of the coil where nothing usually attaches. This is just the crystal earphones. And then the other side, let's go back here to number 3, they attach to the what's normally the antenna connection. Now also back here we had a trimmer, and there's an optional trimmer here. I've thought about trying this, I haven't tried it yet, because what this is going to do is this is going to balance these two things. The chance of these two capacitors, so this one is working with the antenna, and this one is working with the coil, and the chance of these two things balancing the coil and the antenna exactly, not that good. So you add this trimmer here so you can get that balance. Okay, so there's nothing left to do but to go try it. So let's go over to the lab and put this together and see how it works. The same as with the one capacitor modification, we have got this rigged up. We have our oscilloscope here. It's connected over here to the earphone. We have the antenna is the green lead coming in from back here. It goes to here. The ground is also right here, running off to our ground back here. Here is the front gang, and it attaches over to this point. And then we have our common on the variable capacitor, and it attaches right here. Now you can see what's going on. We have a very loud station, and it is it's one of those that dominates the area. And yeah, they talk over just about everything. It will encompass like a huge part of the coil when you're trying to tune. So let's go over here. We'll find, here it is interfering with another station where some people are trying to talk. So there's the music from the loud station. And then as we tune it away, we get the quieter stations behind. So typically what I do is I start with this about halfway out and get tuned where I want to be. And maybe I want an area up here where there's quieter stations. This is the high end of the band. This is the 1600, and this is the 560 end. Now here I've got the loud station down here crossing another one, so I got music and talk going on. And when I go this way, I'm getting the voices. And when I go this way, you can see this is music. Usually music, the waves are a lot bigger, and this is painfully loud. So I can tune away the louder, more obnoxious station, and I can get the voices, in this case the talk show. Wow, that sounds like 3 stations mixed. Nope, just 2. Okay. There's 2 really loud. 2 sets of people talking. Okay, so I've tuned out the loudest speakers, and I can now hear the background. They're not perfect, but I'm still getting a little crosstalk. But it's definitely discernible what they're saying. Okay. And come back over here to this side. This is the low end of the band. Whoops, they should be like this. No. Okay. There's one. And there was. There's another one. Okay, I got 2 over at the top of each other. There is one of the stations. There they're combined. And now I'm getting the louder of the 2 again. So on this side is the softer, and this one is the louder. So when the plates are more enmeshed, usually you'll get the strongest signal, and you'll still get the louder stations. And as you tune away from them, it forces those the louder stations back to where they should be on the coil. They shouldn't be occupying a huge part of the coil. You force them back to the place where they should be resonating. Yeah, there's 2. That's the loud one, and that's the quieter one. Now, you can see that's the loud one. And again, I can force it back into its place, and I can hear the quieter station that is nearby. So I would say this is maybe a 20 to 30% improvement over just the single gang capacitor in line. So yeah, well worth doing, and it can also be used for other extensions. Let's try it with the trimmer capacitor in place, and you can see over here I've got somebody talking very loudly. So I tuned this in with these about halfway in or out. Okay, so this is the loud, obnoxious station, and it's pretty much where it should be. There's a very soft station in the background. I can get it. The other station is still back there behind it, but I can hear what they're saying. Let's try some other. We'll go kind of halfway. So go halfway on each of these and tune for what we want. Now this will be the 1600 end, 1600 kilohertz. I hear 2 stations, one a little louder than the other. No, I'm not getting any separation there. Oh, yeah, there. I'm getting the louder of the 2 very clearly. Let's see if I can get rid of it. I got both of them very clearly. No, not really. But this does certainly help. The trimmer certainly helps if we can find the right situation. Oh, there's singing in the background. Let's see if we can get the singing. Tune out the people talking. Helps, but helps. Wow, really loud. Talking about seafood. There's the music in the background. Okay, so I got rid of the loud, obnoxious guy, and now there's just another guy talking about rich people. Okay. Oh, getting both of them back. Okay, so that is just the quieter of the two stations. We've eliminated the loud one. Well, I didn't neutralize these. Let's go for something at this end of the scale. Whoa, that's really got some really sharp focus there. I think I fell off the wire. Oh, singer. Oh, Hey Jude. Yeah, so that's very clear. It eliminated the other noise. Okay, so let's neutralize these again. Oh, that helped right there. This is a loud station playing music. Yeah. So the trimmer doesn't really help when the station's really loud. It helps more like when you pick up a soft station and you can separate it from a louder station using this, then this is another step. So I would say this adds maybe 10% with the softer stations. Okay, well, that was it for this setup where we have the dual gang 360 that are taking care of the resonance of our coil and our antenna, and then the trimmer capacitor. Well, I hope you found that useful and interesting in your home crystal radio experimentation.